What is up, my dudes, and that one girl wants a man of adventure? I got you, one girl. This is Bikes, Beers, and Brews. Let's kick that intro. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Before we kick this one off, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. New videos are coming weekly. Ring that bell, you know when they drop. Let's get this stuff out of the way. Want to save 10% on a Cardo communicator or save some money on some Beyond Riders gear or on some Hogworks gear? Then you should definitely check my referral links down below. Want to support me and all my do-gooderness like these cool guys here? You should become part of the Brew Crew and join the coffee page down below. Want to know why I'm asking you for money? Well, next to those 10,000 Amazon affiliate links that also go to a good cause is a link explaining what I do with your money. Get it, got it, cool, let's move on. Alright guys, so today we are up in the White Mountains. We're in the Waterville Valley ski area, and we are heading down Tripoli Road. Apparently, Tripoli turns into a bit of an off-road, fire road, I'm not even quite sure, road for about 9 miles, and it connects a couple towns, goes through some mountains. I'm not sure. I may be just talking out my back end here. I looked it up on a map. It looked kind of cool. It looked like a good first off-roading sort of adventure on the Pan America for me, so I decided I'm going to do it. As I said, it's about 9 miles. It struck me mostly as like maybe a fire road, so hard packed gravel for the most part. It is my first time really getting off pavement with this bike, so I'm excited to see what this bike does, and I'm excited to do this. As you can see, I am properly dressed for off-roading adventures on roads I am not familiar with. And honestly, this could just turn into a bumpy road that is no different than driving around in Boston, or it could be some sort of fun adventure. We're going to find out together, but we're totally going to do it. Adding to this, last night, it was just torrential downpours and thunder, lightning. It was pretty awesome. I was in my tent enjoying the whole thing. I have a whole other video on that. It probably came out before this one. I'm recording all these kind of together. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. It was a fun night. So I'm really not sure what condition this road is going to be in. We'll see, won't we? I also have to pay attention to signs because I'm not quite sure, you know, where this road starts and where it ends. I don't know. I really don't know. This looks like it's correct. In theory, this should lead me out to North Woodstock, which is like the Lincoln area as well. And that's where I like to head out to town to, you know, get a coffee and all that stuff. And it's right about breakfast time to me. So let's go see if we can get some breakfast. Oh, check that out. That's the other thing. There have been so many signs where it's like, you are in bear country. I'm like, awesome. I'm getting a new pet on this trip. I don't think the bears know what they're in for. Alright, so this kind of tracks. When I was reading about this road, it did say that there were some small patches of pavement, nothing maintained, so there'd be like huge holes missing. But it is supposed to go to just straight dirt and gravel at some point. It's also supposed to go through some mountains, which, you know, I am really excited for. So, yeah. Oh, and I stalled. I'm also not trying to whiskey throttle my way through this. Again, I've not been any sort of trail riding with this. I've not really been out of like city streets and stuff like that. So in this environment, the bike is still unfamiliar to me. Overall though, I will say I have been absolutely loving the Pan America. It's a whole different animal than my Road Glide or my Sportster. All of them have their redeeming qualities that I like. All of them have their qualities that I hate. But they are all quite enjoyable. Here we go. Now we got the dirt roads. And pretty much what I suspect it to begin with, which would be, this is going to be more of like a fire road. For those of you unaware of what fire roads are, we use them a lot around here. I'm not sure if they're used anywhere else in the country or the world. They may be under different names in other parts of the country and the world. Essentially, it's usually just hard-packed gravel or hard-packed, like, dirt. And it's roads usually used to access places that may need fire support from, like, you know, your local fire department. So a lot of the ski hills use them to get to the top. They're also used for other stuff, medical and, you know, just to move stuff along. This is fun. Got a nice little river running beside me. That's cool. So, from what I understood, there's like campsites along this trail as well. So far, still a lot of pavement. I'm looking forward to more dirt. Well, ask and you shall receive. So far, this bike just kind of glides over these bigger like potholes or like missing chunks of pavement or uneven ground. There's one of the campsites. Like, it is doing fantastic. Whoop. That was a big one. But glide it right over it, no problem. Oh, here we go. Here, now we're having some fun. Dirt and ruts and uphill. I'll be curious to see where this road leads me out. So I went to Lincoln yesterday. It's like 20 miles or something from my campsite, but I have to backtrack to the highway, go up the highway, and then hop off in Lincoln. This seems to kind of bypass through a lot of that, so it seems like I cut out about 10 miles going this way, which is kind of cool. And that's the thing too, I wasn't really looking for like rock crawling and stuff on my first trip or going down some narrow trail in the woods. I'm not even sure I'd take this down a narrow trail in the woods in its current configuration, mainly because it does have those hybrid tires on it that are more for road than off-road, and you know, can accommodate off-road as needed. So for this sort of stuff, great. Going through the woods, loose dirt, loose gravel, loose soil, loose rocks, maybe not so much. So I definitely have to swap out to a more off-road tire for that. The other thing to consider is this is still considered a heavyweight bike in the ADV world. So this comes in at 661 pounds. A little bit lighter now that I've made a few changes that have eliminated some of the parts, like that giant exhaust, but 661 pounds. A lot of times when you see those trail riders, they're taking like a 300 through the forest, the woods, whatever. And those are exponentially lighter. Narrow, rough road. Ah, you had me at narrow, rough road. I mean, so far, this is nothing too out of control. I mean, if you had a car that had less ground clearance, yeah, you would have some trouble with some of those ruts and some of those places where the pavement was washed away. But overall, nothing too crazy. Now we're gonna hopefully see something a little bit more fun, maybe see a little less cars. The other thing is, I'm still on just road mode. I haven't gone to like trail mode. I don't feel like I need it just yet, and I don't really consider this a trail, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I also brought a tire patch kit just in case. Another campsite, nice. I was considering camping up here for a short period as well. I originally had a campsite reserved for me, and I don't know whatever happened, and I did not get my reservation. So I drove up to the White Mountains not knowing if I was going to have a campsite at all. I looked up a few different options. A lot of the state parks have a first come, first serve policy. So I left on Thursday in the afternoon. This is 4th of July weekend. And I just hoped that I beat the other people that had the same intentions going on. And sure enough, I did. I ended up in the Waterville Valley campsite. That was the place I wanted to be. That was my first choice. My first choice of campsite was taken, but my second choice, which was right next to the first one, was still open. So I snagged that as quick as I could. About an hour or so later, Camp Ranger rolls through and he's like, "Yeah, you got the last site." And I'm like, "I'll take it, dude." So yeah, it's pretty booked up here right now. It's pretty packed. I honestly keep forgetting I have my 360 camera for this, and I keep swinging my head around trying to catch like different views because my camera's usually on the front of my helmet. It's always an adjustment. Dude, this road is cool. Like, I actually wouldn't mind camping out this way. Although this is 100% primitive. You're not getting any sort of bathroom. You're pooping in the woods. It's kind of weird to me that people are camping on the lower slope of the mountain, especially like yesterday. Like I said, torrential downpours. All that's flowing downhill. So I wonder if their tents got flooded last night. This is cool. I'm definitely going to take this road back as well, just so I can get the experience going the other way. But yeah, I feel like this is a good jumping off point. I do intend to, get in the dirt a little bit more. Like I said, probably nothing too crazy, but definitely some fire roads and fun stuff like that. And again, with the fire roads, you're usually going up mountains and stuff, so they definitely lend for some adventure. There is a ton of camping on this trail. I did not think it was going to be this populated. Last night I was kind of curious if my GPS would take me down this road to get to Lincoln, because I knew it cut through and got me much closer. And no, I was right next to this road and it still directed me back to the highway. So apparently either this isn't on Google Maps or Google Maps doesn't consider this like roadworthy. And yes, I do have dirt roads turned on my directions. Oh, this is just fun. Here we go. Now we're getting a little rough. Yeah, get rough with me. This is fun. I like this. I think my only issue with camping on this road is you are right off of the road, so you are going to have to deal with any traffic coming by. And I imagine I'm not the only one with a loud exhaust traveling this. I left my top box back at the campsite because it's watertight, airtight, all that fun stuff. So all my food and all that crap's in there. Again, bear country. They don't want you to leave like any food anywhere that's not sealed up at all points in time. And I didn't want to carry it around on the bike all day. So here we are. And of course, that's the other thing. I left my top box on the picnic table last night in that torrential downpour. Everything inside, completely bone dry, so it was doing its job as well. Like I said, overall, I am very much impressed with this bike altogether. Camping, triple. I don't want to go camping. Alright, this looks, I'm just gonna go. All right, so I gotta be at the end of the road then, because if that's the check-in to pay to go camping, I stand by my original assessment though. This is definitely a fun ride to do, especially if you're looking to get your feet wet and do some trail riding or ADV riding. This is a good way to kind of kick things off for you. Good practice for sure. Overall, that's what I've got. What do you got? Does that look like fun? You want to try this? Sound off in the comments down below. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, share this video with friends, share it with family, share it with that one dude you know in New England who's like, I got an ADV bike and nowhere to go. Right here, bro. He loves this stuff, trust me. I'll see y'all on the flip side.